What's up, family? Man, glad to be back again, man. Woosah, you know what I mean? Had to throw on my warrior hoodie. Um, and I had this piece, got this beautiful piece. I don't know if you guys can see this. You guys know I love crystals. I'm Pisces. This beautiful soul gave me this a couple years ago. This is a piece of sea lion. It's a green jade and labradorite up here. So, man, I just felt like, man, it was calling me. You know what I mean? It calling me for a couple of days, and it's like, man, I'm a rocket. I'm going to get started on our video. Man, family, when the tears fall, and the tears are going to fall. You know what I mean? And the tears have fallen. Before I began my spiritual journey, as a young kid and even as a young man, the tears would fall. But when the tears fell back then, it was out of pain and just anguish and just, I couldn't take whatever it is that I was going through. I couldn't take it anymore. And so from that, the tears just fell and just broken hearts and just the trauma, just going through what I went through. Man, it would just cause me to sit there and I would just lay in bed and just crying out to God, trying to get some understanding, trying to get some answers as to why I had to experience what I had to experience, why this person couldn't see me, why my favorite cousin had to die, and just all the stuff that I went through. I'm just laying there in bed, just crying and just pillow soaking wet just from the tears and just the pain and the hurt and the anguish of just not understanding and not hearing God respond to me, just added to the pain. You just laying there and just feeling so alone, just laying there and feeling like nobody sees you, like nobody hears you, nobody recognizes your pain. And how come your own family who lives in the same house can't see your pain, can't see your trauma, can't see your hurt? And you're just laying there and the tears are just coming down, and once they start flowing, they can't stop. They don't stop. I remember I was a single father, raising my two kids, and I was in the military in LA and was going through some financial problems and just struggling, and I had enough money to buy food, but I wouldn't even eat. You know, I'm cooking, and the portions that I would eat, I would save that so that the kids could have the next day. At that time, this was like back in '96. So my daughter was going on 4, she was going on 6, my son was going on 4. So they didn't eat a lot, but I wasn't eating anything just to preserve the food, stay with me. And I was filling out some paperwork. I went to the Air Force Assistance, Air Force Aid, and I'm trying to get some help. Just help me get back on my feet. You know what I mean? And I'm filling out all the paperwork, and they're asking me, where's my money going? And the great majority of my money was going to daycare. You know what I mean? And it's like, dang, and okay, now I got a little bit of money left for food, and, you know, I didn't have a lot of expenditures, you know, it's just didn't have enough money, you know what I mean, after daycare. And then I was giving God his 10% and trying to put gas in the car and go back and forth to church, and it's just, I was struggling, I was going through it. So I'm filling out the paperwork, and I never asked for help. You know, I was never one of those people that asked for help. I was never one of those people, you know, to put my business out there like that. You know what I mean? I was always the type of person, whatever I'm going through, I'm going to go through it, and I'm going to get through it. You know what I mean? And I'm going to get through it on my own. But I'm seeing I can't get through this. I need some help. And so I'm filling out the paperwork, and I hand it to the lady, this elderly lady, and she's sitting there, she's looking at it, and she looks at me and looks at the paperwork, and she's shaking her head. And when I saw her shake her head, the tears just started running down my eyes. The elderly lady got up and shut the door to her office. And she came back and she touched me. She put her hand on my shoulder. and the tears just, the floodgates open. You know what I mean? It's just blah. You know what I mean? The tears are just flying, and I'm just like shook. I'm crying so hard. I'm sitting in that chair and I'm just shaking because I'm so fucking done. I'm shaking because I'm so fucking hurt. I'm shaking because I don't know what to do. I've done all that I could do. And I'm hurt. Because I'm not making it. I'm drowning. I'm drowning. And this lady didn't say anything. She just had her hand on my shoulder. And the tears were just... I don't even remember if I got any help. I know she told me that I couldn't keep giving money to the church. I was giving, that money I was giving to the church, I needed to been buying some food. And I was sitting there and I'm just crying and just done. I remember when my wife passed away. And I'm crying, just empty. I have nothing left to give. And the tears are just running down. And no matter what I could do, or no matter what I tried to do, I couldn't stop the tears from coming. And what God had to show me was Elijah. It's okay for the tears to come. But see, I grew up in the 70s. Again, I'm 54. I grew up in a time where guys didn't cry. Guys didn't show emotions. That was some bitch shit. That was some punk shit. That was some lame square shit. You ain't no fucking man crying like that. And I think that has us as guys twisted. That has us, that mentality, that frame of thought has fucked up guys for the most part. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. When the tears come. And so God had to show me as Elijah. The tears are gonna come. The question is, how much are you going to endure before the tears come? How much are you gonna handle or try to handle before you release that energy? See, when the tears come, it's just a release of energy. See, Elijah, when you're crying like that and you're going through all of that pain and that trauma and the tears come, you're releasing that trauma. You're releasing that pain. See what happens, Elijah? You as a guy, you sitting there, you think you're a man, and you're trying to hold all that together. You're trying to keep all of that bottled up inside of you. Because you think that makes you hard. You think that makes you a man. And all you're doing is bottling up energy. And that energy has to release itself. It has to come out. The question is, how is it going to come out? Is it going to come out in the forms of your tears? Or is it going to come out in the form of cancer or some other disease? Is it going to come out in the form of violence? How is it going to come out? That the energy has to be released. And as I begin my healing journey, and I begin growing, and I began to experience peace and joy, I would sit back over my life. And I would find myself just being lost in gratitude, lost in just my thoughts. I mean, just sitting there, just reflecting on life and all the things I've gone through and all the things I experienced, the painful shit that I thought was going to take me out, the painful shit that I thought was going to destroy me, the painful shit that I thought was going to have me fucked up and I would never get past this moment in my life. And I'm sitting there and the tears are running down my eyes as I'm sitting there smiling and not even understanding, not even recognizing the fact that I have a smile on my face. And I'm smiling not because of the shit I'm going through. I'm smiling because of the shit that I survived. I'm smiling because I no longer feel that pain and that trauma. I'm smiling because, man, life is beautiful. I'm smiling because I'm at a great place emotionally. I'm smiling because I'm at a great place spiritually. And the tears are running, not because of pain, not because of trauma, but because of the peace and joy that I have. And the tears flow. The tears are going to flow. The question is, why are they flowing? What is the cause of your tears flowing? Have you ever been so happy that the tears just rolled down your eyes? Have you ever been so grateful and just so at peace? You couldn't even understand the peace you had. You couldn't even understand the joy you had. And you just sat there and you just cried. And you don't even know why you were crying. You don't even know why the tears are coming out. You were just so at peace and just so happy and content with life that the tears had to come down. Have you ever experienced just laying in bed and you got somebody that you're so madly in love with and you're just snuggled and spooning and just holding them and it's just like the tears just come down? You're not fighting, you're not tripping, you're just holding each other and you're one. Have you ever held somebody and you held them so much and just so tight? And the tears just begin to run down their face. Because they felt so safe. They felt so protected. They felt so loved, so valued, that the tears began to run down their face. Have you ever been at a place to where you just looked at somebody you were intimate with, somebody you cared about, somebody you loved, somebody you were one with, and you guys just sitting there just looking at each other, and your eyes just got caught on each other's eyes and locked and fixated, and the tears begin to run down their face? As they're thinking about, man, this person loves me. Man, this is the person I get to spend the rest of my life with. Man, how did I get so fucking lucky? How did I get so blessed to get you? I don't know what the hell I did. But God blessed me with you. And the tears just come down. When the tears flow. See, tears aren't a bad thing. Tears come from hurt. Tears come from peace. Tears come from joy. Tears come from love too. The great majority of us, the truth be told, we've never really experienced that part of the tears flowing down though. The great majority of us, the tears that we understand are the tears of pain, the tears of loss. Somebody dies, and the tears come down. We lose a relationship, and the tears come down. You ever got married? Or you ever seen somebody get married? And you look at the young lady. She's all dolled up in her dress. And she's walking down. And you can see the tears begin to run down her eyes. You ever look at the groom? And he's so in love, just so happy, so full of joy, so full of peace. And the tears begin to run down his eyes. as he looks at his beautiful bride-to-be walking down the aisle? Or is he standing there and he's holding her hands and they're looking at each other? And they're so in love. She got tears coming down. He got tears coming down. Family members and friends sitting out in the aisle, they got tears coming down. The bridesmaids got tears coming down. When the tears fall, my hope and prayer, because every one of us have experienced tears because of pain, because of loss. My hope and prayer is that you experience tears, tears of gladness, tears of joy, tears of peace, tears of happiness. My prayer is that you're allowed to experience the tears that come down when your man just holds you, when your woman holds you. Not tears that you're just ticked off and you're pissed and you're grossed out by this person holding you, but the tears of love. That you're so grateful. You're so happy. You're so full of peace that the tears run down your eyes. May you get to a place in life where the tears of joy, the tears of happiness, the tears of peace, the tears of gratitude, may they never stop flowing. May they run endlessly. May you experience that peace. May you experience that joy. May you experience those tears. I love you guys. Thank you for rocking out with me. Happy healing. Peace.